Many of you have figured out by now, my wife has not, I was trying to get out of Ohio a little bit earlier so I could catch my son Oliver play baseball, but there was traffic and I couldn't get away any quicker. So I'm going to be home tonight in Ontario, but not in time to watch him play baseball. Reason being, we trained 13, 14 horses today. I was a little bit tired when I was done. The thought of driving over to Pennsylvania, racing Perlucky, which was fine with me, but then somebody had put me on a horse 2 races later, so I was going to have to stay and drive it. Meant that I wasn't going to get home till 2:30. Then get up at 7 o'clock, get to the training center in Ontario, train 25 horses tomorrow, and then get in the car and drive back to Ohio. Drive Sweet on Pete, then get in the car the next morning, drive back home, and race 4 horses in Pennsylvania. In Georgian Downs. So, did you ever have that feeling where just something was off? You can't put your finger on it, you just... Once in a while I get that feeling, and sometimes more times than not, I like to just take a step back and say, okay, what doesn't look right about this picture in regards to what you're doing or what you're about to do? And it made... stepping back and looking at, one of our clients sent me a message the other day and said this very thing: maybe you shouldn't stay and drive Sailor. And when you write me an email like that, my first thought is the driver in me is like, oh, they don't want me to drive the horse. And, but realistically, I understand that many of you understand the rigors of what myself and my wife and my family go through during the summer. And I can tell you how much I love my job, and I do. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't wear you out sometimes. So I get done training the horses. I just couldn't shake this feeling, and I just took a couple of minutes to step back and take a look at, my mental calendar and what was going on over the next week. And racing Perlucky, as much as I wanted to be there to race him tonight, it just looked like a skunk at a tea party when you looked at my calendar. Yes, I could be there. Yes, I could make it work. But overall, I think it would take away from a number of aspects of my personal life and my life. And I'm trying to, this is the start of the summer, right? This isn't the end of the summer. So I decided to go back home tonight, finish up my training this morning, take my time, come back home to Ontario tonight, rest up. All of Ollie's ball teams there in the morning. And we have a number of horses to train. We're going to go over those horses. We're going to go over the ones that train today. We have 2 schoolers today. I just watched Kings County go an ungodly huge mile. My God almighty. 3 wide in the first turn because they were all jostling and getting jammed up. Everybody was trying to get a spot. And, Kings County's getting a little grabby. I can see that. And Brett did the right thing. He just rolled him out. 3 wide tonight. Or 3 wide. Was never in. Never did see the rail. Ended up in the third over position. Then in the far turn, the horse first over makes a break. The guy second over gets around him and down to the rail. But as Brett gets around him, he's left 3 wide. So now he's 3 wide all the way around the turn. The horse that wins the race sneaks out in front of him. And Brett comes on late in the mile and gets up for second, closing back in on the lead. The horse went an unbelievable mile to be second. Huge mile. My God. They had to go 53. I didn't get the final time. I think it was 53. 53 and a piece. Just a huge mile. Anyway, I hope the rest of the night turns out. My fingers are so crossed for... I spoke to Hunter Myers, who's going to drive Perlucky today. I spoke to him briefly this afternoon just to tell him my take on the horse. I said, just a beautiful horse to drive, a real classy animal. You just have to watch him coming out of the turns and coming out of the gate. He shows a lot of 1s at the quarter, but I think he's the type of horse he's got to kind of tug you out of the gate. You can't tap him on the tail, and that's what I did in Northfield, and I lost him. You just kind of got to let him get up into gear, and then away you go. So I said, just coming out of the turns, going into the turns, and especially, I think, coming out of the gate, just let him do his own thing. I think he'll be fine. But, man, these are the types of moments that bother me. If this horse makes a break tonight, I feel like garbage the entire rest of the night. So I'm even though I'm just your partner on the horse tonight, even though I'm a spectator like you, I feel that I actually have more invested in his mile tonight, because how bad I'll feel if he makes a break. So as I said, on my way home tonight, on my way home back to Ontario, we had a number of horses trained this morning. Now we went pretty good miles with all of them, right? Between two and a piece, and 2, 5, and 1 with every horse. We had a couple of minor breakers today. I'll tell you one thing. The last set, they were trying to close the track. They were going to fix the lights. They had a Skyjack out in the second turn, right along the pylons on the inside of the track. They had a Skyjack working on the lights. So we had to go with the Fear the Dragon Colt and Victor Cruz. Real Fear and Victor Cruz went together in the last set. Jason stayed out wide. I think he was worried that Victor Cruz was going to do something wrong, and he didn't. But Real Fear jumped over Shadow. Didn't know that he jumped over Shadows. He jumped over Shadow in the second turn. We still went a mile in 2, 2, and 1 last half, 59. I caught up to Victor Cruz and picked him off at the wire. Victor Cruz is a very nice colt, but he's not quite as raw. He doesn't have as much raw talent as Real Fear. Not to say that he couldn't beat him or he's not as good a horse, but Real Fear relies on a lot of power, right? This is a big, strapping colt, and man, I don't know what kind of horse he's going to become, but he is a very, very nice horse to be around, or to train. Just super impressed with him this morning. I was just looking quick at what Jason and I did this morning. Here they are here. So 2-2 last half and 59. They were both very, very good. In fact, Jason started about 3 lengths behind me because he was worried about everything that was going on. And so he probably actually went a mile in 2, 1, and 3, truth be told. We schooled Brace for Landing today. Now, James only went a mile in 2, 5, which is not shocking. He just stayed back and protected him, but said he was good on the gate, just needs a set of earplugs. Una Madonna was still in heat. Now, she was in heat 10 days ago when I went with her. She was in heat 5 days ago when Jimmy went with her. I just thought she would come out of heat. So maybe something's, maybe we're gonna give her a shot of Corionic tomorrow to bring her out of heat, and then we'll start her on Regamate right away. She was okay today, James said, but she was in heat really, really, really bad. So we'll come back with a schooler with her next week. I know I was going to qualify her, but I'll come back with a schooler with her, and I'll go with her next week. I want to get a feel for how she is, but he said Brace for Landing was super, super impressive. So what did we do today? Now, I trained Whispering Song by herself. We've made some significant changes on her shoeing. We put a set of trotting hobbles on her. I trained her 2-3 last half and 58-2, and she was exceptionally good. And here's a filly where if we had those, I get it, I've got at least 4 emails in the last week from people saying, just between you and I, can you rank the trotting fillies? No, I can't. What the hell did you say? I can't rank the fillies because they keep changing, right? Whispering Song would have probably been in 6th, and that's a close 6th. That wasn't like, oh, she's the worst one we have. It was a close 6th. But I think heading into today, she might have been ranked 6th. And I could easily rank her 1st today the way she was. Swinging Senorita was great. Now, in fairness, High Enterprise just arrived here today. So she didn't get to train. She's going to train tomorrow. She's going to train tomorrow morning. So, she's going to train tomorrow morning, so she's not really on the list today. Coupe de Ville, 2-3, last half in a minute. Very, very good. Very good. What else do we have? Well, here they are here. Let's just start with the first set then. We went out on the track. I went with Magical Tom and Swinging Senorita, 2-4 last half and 59. Magical Tom was picking at himself today. He's a tough bugger. I'll tell you what, he gets his head, if he could just be locked in to work mode all the time from here on in, he could be a scary kind of good colt. He was exceptionally good today. Now, I would say, I'll rank them today. I'm not going to give you overall because they do change. We have 4 trotting colts, I believe, that are here right now, and we have 6 trotting fillies. They're all going to leapfrog. And that's not to say that, there's no stand out. And I'm a little worried about that because I talked to you guys a few weeks ago about how Ron Burke had said to me, he said, there should be standouts at this time of year. Now, there are some horses that are getting ahead of other ones. The cream is slowly rising to the top in some of these horses. We have 16 Ohio breds, all 16 to be qualified by next Friday. Still don't have a true idea of a layover in our groups. As I said, Whispering Song was a great day. Magical Tom is on top of the Colts right now. I think he is. He's there. He's on top of the Colt division. Was very good today, 2-4 last half, 59. Swinging Senorita shied away from the water truck down the lane, or Jason thinks she would have beat me. I didn't want to break his heart. She wasn't beating me, but she would have been very, very close. And she did her work very well. Another filly, don't kid yourself. There is a 6-wide photo finish for this grouping. Swinging Senorita, Magical Tom were great. Then we come back out, a horse that I've been so waiting to see her come forward, and really now starting to bite my nails, wondering, is she going to, with Sister Solange? Is she as good as I thought? I know I said if she put all this weight on, she'd be a better horse, and we'd see her come, but would I see that? She's still got to do it. She did it today. 2-3-2 last half and 58-3. Columbus got tired chasing me. Now, is he a colt that just needs more work? I suspect so. I suspect that's exactly the case. But this filly was incredible this morning. Did all the work on the front end herself. Was very strong going onto the wire. I've been waiting to see this for quite a while. I've been waiting for this particular scenario. Super pumped with what I saw from Sister Solange. Jason said Columbus was good. He said the hobbles were a little snug. He doesn't need them snug at all. They need to be on loose, so the hobbles alone could have tired him out a little bit. We'll see how he is next week in the qualifier. I'll go with him. Next set we went with, now you'll see a trend here. Jason and I went with all of them. It was just two horses training together. 6 sets of 2 and 1 by herself, which was Whispering Song. Hill Street Blues was very good. Finished up his mile good. 2-5 last half, 59 now. Jason, I told you What a Mission had made a break. For some reason, Jason thought he was going to pull the earplugs on What a Mission today and put them on the run. I'm not sure why. But regardless, he was going to have to get used to the earplugs. I just think we need to always be in a mode of protection with this colt. He'll always take advantage of you if he can, and if you put him in a position to make a break, he'll happily take that from you. And Jason did, and he did. He rolled off stride halfway down the lane, but was very, very good. Again, he was coming off at 58 apiece, 59, no problem. The next two were Fashion Presidente. Actually, I forgot about this. I made a break today. Fashion Presidente was lugging in. I hadn't gone with him in a while. I'll tell you what he felt like. Was an absolute powerhouse today. Just running in. He wears a roller burr. He came with a roller burr from Ontario. They got away from it, put a normal head pull on him. I was going to go mile and 2-3 with him today, and Full Heart was behind me. She was not going to beat me. I don't think she was. And he made a break at the 5/8 pole, just running in real good in the turns. And in the last turn, worse than the third turn, even though he come a big last 3/8 to catch up to Full Heart down the lane almost. He still was running in bad in the last turn. So I'd like to get that addressed. Dr. Latessa was going to look at him today. This isn't new. This is something that has gone on forever with Fashion Presidente. I've seen this for months and months and months. He wore a roller burr, big burr, and Murphy blind on the inside forever. And I suspect that's exactly how he'll be next week. Probably his knees, the way he feels, likely his knees, but not horrible. I mean, the horse was still loaded finishing up the mile. Very good, and Full Heart was exceptionally good also. Then I went with Whispering Song, as I said to you guys. Just today, I would have to give her top billing. She was top of the class today amongst the fillies. Now, High Enterprise did not train today. She just arrived today. But of the fillies that went today, I have to almost put her at the top of the class. She was, as I said, exceptionally good. Real Fear and Victor Cruz trained also. They didn't go. They went after Coupe de Ville and Smoking Hot Irish Girl. Now, Jason said that Smoking Hot Irish Girl did something, made a break halfway down the backstretch. But he said she was trotting great and didn't really understand why she made the break. Listen, this filly can fly. Didn't get a chance to look at her today because she made a break, but she can fly. Coupe de Ville was very, very good also. Aside from who the best filly is or not, again, I think it's safe for me to say, in my mind anyway, if history is any indicator, we have 6 sire stake trotting fillies. That's how I see them a week away from qualifying. All 6 of these trotting fillies do the work very well. All 6 of them could easily become sire stake fillies. I truly believe that in my mind from what I see. Now, it depends on what everybody else's horses look like. If we go to qualify and there's 15 killers out there, well, it really doesn't matter what I think. But I can tell you the 6 trotting fillies that we have all do their work very, very well. In different ways, but very, very well. And then, as I said, Real Fear jumped over the shadow, but come back pacing, did his work great also. Very happy with what I've seen from Real Fear. He was very good again today. Victor Cruz was good. Also, Jason trained Bomb Hugger. She landed back at Northfield Park. She's leaving tomorrow. Short little trip down to Buffalo, where Ryan Swift will be taking care of her. Ryan Swift is the lady that took care of her last year when she was a winner in Batavia, I believe, last year. This year she's going to be in Buffalo for Wednesday afternoon. Now, Wednesday night so far has worked out well. We got the 9-hole with all 3 horses, which is odd. Frosty's Trouble, Purple Aura, and 1-2 Skip a Few. All drew the 9-hole. All drew late in the program, which is good, because in the morning I have to be there Wednesday morning to do the 2s in training segment with the Ohio Harness Horse Association, and Roger Houston is going to be conducting that interview. And in the afternoon, I'm going to try and drive the 3 hours down to Buffalo, drive Bomb Hugger, drive 3 hours back, and drive our 3 horses at night at Northfield Park. It's not the end of the world, because Thursday morning I have to wake up and just qualify 15 two-year-old Ohio bred pacers and trotters at Northfield Park. Probably race Thursday afternoon in the Meadows, then drive home and qualify a number of horses. I don't know how many horses I'm going to qualify at Mohawk, but there's going to be a lot. So tomorrow morning we have training sets going. How many do we have here? We have 6 sets of 5, so 30 horses trained in the morning. Silent Assassin, Nothing But a Dreamer. You guys can look at all these. I'm going with Enzo Aguayo. Horn Player is going to go in the 2nd set. Rosita's Dream. And Crantini I'm going with tomorrow, and Cutie Cumber. So I'm looking for a good mile from them. We did get a lot of material on the track. If they were able to water it and work it all day, it should be a great surface for tomorrow, but we will train them accordingly. The plan is to go in the jog cart, probably train them 210, 212 tomorrow. Decent last half in 102, 103, and tighten them up for next Friday's first qualifier. The only ones that have to be ready, really, Silent Assassin, I almost entered her in to qualify on Monday, because Friday is 10 days. She doesn't, of all her horses, I'm not really worried about Silent Assassin making a break. She's been great. Now, obviously, I don't want to jinx myself, but next Friday, or Saturday, I don't foresee any issues with, any issues at all with Silent Assassin. She's been doing her work well. Very, very happy with what she's been doing, and I suspect she'll be just fine. Cutie Cumber, I don't really care if she goes to Saratoga. If she doesn't qualify, fantastic. She was a little flat the other day training, so I don't know if she had a little bout of sickness or what was going on with her. But if she doesn't go out and qualify, fantastic, and train fantastic tomorrow, you likely won't see her at all at Saratoga. Then we have the Pennsylvania and New Jersey horses getting ready. My plan, as I said the other day with Brace for Landing, is to qualify him, race him in a maiden. Our first start outside of Ontario will be leg 2 of the New Jersey Sire Stakes with him. I don't know who we're going to send him to yet. I really wanted to have this figured out by now, but we do have people we could send the horse to. I just want to know which trainer fits him the best. I guess that's what I'm looking for. We already know that we're going to send some horses to Ron Burke. I've talked to him, and you might say, well, why wouldn't you send the Brace for Landing here? Might do that. I just don't know yet. He's a little more frail than those other ones. Ronnie's a lot like me. I mean, I might be a little bit like Ronnie, I guess is the best way to put it. We both train the horses hard, and we have 3 big, strong colts and fillies that would fit him great. Spitfire Overseas would be great for Ron Burke. Horn Player would be fantastic for Ron Burke. What was the other one I said? I told you guys the other day. Spitfire, it would be a PA horse. It's not Crantini. Spitfire Overseas. It doesn't matter. It's annoying me now that I can't think of that. Anyway, we'll start. You guys will have plenty of notice of when they're leaving. But again, I'm going to say right now, because I said it the other day, please, if you have horses like Brace for Landing, Spitfire Overseas, any of those horses, please look into your licensing right away. The last thing we want is to be chasing you guys on race week, right? You know they're there now. I don't think there won't be any surprises unless something happens tomorrow. There won't be any surprises with the horses. The horses we have going will all qualify in the next 2 weeks. You have Braceford Landing, Spitfire Overseas, Sister Solange. All those horses are paid into a lot of stakes. First and foremost, you need to be staked regionally. You know that. And then after that, you can wait, I suppose, for to get the horse, like a Braceford Landing. If he goes to Kentucky, I suppose you can wait to get done in Kentucky if you want. But as I said to everybody, I would look into the National Racing Compact. It takes a lot of stress off everybody, and they work with almost every jurisdiction. So with that, I'm gonna bid you adieu. We got a lot of horses racing tonight. As I said, just absolutely floored with how well Kings County is. Stacy and Brett have done an exceptional job with this horse. Good luck to everybody with Purr Lucky tonight. I'm rooting times 10 for Purr Lucky to do well tonight, and then everybody at Grand River also. So with that, I'll let you go. Big days ahead, big days coming up. Tomorrow, another big day, 30 training at the training center. If you're in the area, drop by. We'll have lots of donuts and coffee because Ollie's little friends will be there in the morning. So, talk to you soon. Take care. Hope you're having a great day.